Jim and Bobby were close friends with Jim Bob and Michelle, as their eldest daughter had entered a courtship with their oldest son Josh with the goal of marriage. In April 2023, Bobby requested an order of protection against her husband, who she shares 11 children with, before dismissing the order in December 2023. Jim and Bobby's son Spencer then filed a petition for emergency guardianship for 3 of their minor children in January 2024, citing abuse. Now the U.S. son can exclusively reveal per court papers that Jim and Bobby have lost custody of their minor children, ages 13 and 8. In the petition for emergency guardianship obtained by the U.S. son from Madison County Court in Arkansas, Spencer, who noted he has developed a close personal relationship with the minor children throughout their lives, claimed Jim has engaged in a pattern of severe physical and mental abuse of the minor children throughout their life, as witnessed and experienced by the other children who are now over 18 years of age. Spencer noted the 2 protection orders granted against the children's father on behalf of his son Samuel Holt and wife Bobby, as the 3 minor children were protected in her order. Spencer claimed that without warning Bobby dismissed the protection order and allowed Jim back home with the minor children. Bobby has thus again subjected the children to the same physical and mental abuse at the hands of the father that was the cause of the first protection order, without warning or reason, and is not fit to have custody of the children, the papers allege. Spencer then explained how Samuel's order of protection, which the court granted, is still active because of years of physical and mental abuse. The children's father has continued this pattern with all of his children, including the 3 minor children, and he is not fit to have custody of the children. It would be in the best interests of the minor children that a temporary and permanent guardianship be created placing custody of the minor children with the petitioner, the papers read. Spencer continued to allege that an emergency exists in which the children's father has recently engaged in a continuing pattern of physical violence with the children, and subjected the minor children to witnessing the physical and mental abuse of the other siblings, and the children are understandably afraid of him. Jim Holt has made his intentions known to the children if he is allowed to return to the home. Bobby Holt has made it clear by voluntarily dismissing her protection order that she is unwilling to protect the children from this danger. In Jim and Bobby's answer to the petition, they claimed regarding the protection order and abuse, respondents admit 2 orders of protection were consented to without an evidentiary hearing being held. Bobby Holt has since removed the order of protection. The order of protection against Samuel, based on conduct that was alleged to occur after Samuel was an adult, is still in place. To the extent any further response is required, respondents deny the allegations. Regarding the claim that the children are afraid of their father, the couple responded. Respondents deny the allegations. Having fully responded to this petition, respondents request this court deny and dismiss the petition in its entirety and that petitioner take nothing thereby, for their attorneys' fees and costs incurred herein, and for such other relief as this court deems just and proper. Jim and Bobby claim Spencer is not qualified nor suitable to be a guardian, and that if one is needed, they recommended another couple. In February 2024, after testimony of the parties and their witnesses, and arguments of attorneys, the court found Spencer is qualified, suitable and fit to act as guardian of the 3 minor children. This court finds that due to a history and continuing pattern of abuse in the household of James and Bobby Holt, there is an imminent threat to the health and safety of the minor children, and as a result, a guardian is desirable to protect the interests of the minor children. Spencer was named the permanent guardian of the oldest minor child, and temporary guardian of the 2 younger minors, according to court papers. Jim was ordered to continue his current counseling until discharged by the counselor. Visitation between the children and their parents is to be held at the direction of their counselor and attorney ad litem for the minor children. Jim and Bobby were also ordered to pay child support to Spencer for the minor children. Then in August 2024, a petition for substitution of guardian was filed. The current guardian, Spencer Holt, consents that it is in the children's best interest that the substitute petitioner be appointed guardian of the minor children at this time. The substitute petitioner is Christian Holt, the older biological sibling to the minor children. The minor children have a closely held relationship with their siblings, including the substitute petitioner, who has created a community of care, support and resources for the minor children during this time. During the pendency of the temporary guardianship, the children have enjoyed ample time spent with their older sibling, Christian Holt, and have expressed a desire to move full-time into her care and custody. Jim and Bobby responded to the request. Respondents admit that all their children, grown and minor, have had a close relationship with one another, and are thankful that their children have each other for support. However, respondents do not believe that all their grown children's behavior has been directed at assisting the minor children in addressing the emotional harm to the minor children's relationship with their parents and healing said relationship. They claim Spencer and Christian have taken actions to alienate their minor children from them. Respondents have cause to believe that Christian Holt, in particular, is filled with extreme bile toward both respondents, and this hostility makes her unsuitable to act as guardians, as they believe this has interfered with the emotional healing of the children. Christian Holt is not allowed to have guardianship of the minor children, Jim and Bobby requested. But on September 26, the Arkansas judge on the case granted the petition for Christian to be the guardian of the two minor children after the parties participated in mediation held on September 18. The court papers read, "The court finds that the parents of the minor children are currently unfit and the children are in need of a guardian to protect their life and health, and it is in the best interest of the children that a guardian be appointed. The court further finds that Christian Holt is qualified and suitable to serve as guardian." According to the agreement, Jim and Bobby are allowed 2 phone calls per week with the minor children on Thursdays and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. For a period of 8 weeks, visitation shall be supervised by a visitation service. Then on December 29, 2023, Bobby requested to dismiss the order. She wrote, "Jim has shown great strides in getting the help he needs. This info has been shared with me via friends, letters from therapist, paperwork he filed, complying with the order for 8.5 months, never contacted me or been on my property via cameras for proof, and word of mouth from 4 men who have counseled with us separately for the duration, for the purpose of joint therapy." She checked off on the form, "I request the dismissal freely and voluntarily, and of my own free will, and I am no longer in fear of respondent." Jim and Bobby held hands while detailing their decades-long friendship with Jim, Bob, and Michelle. Bobby said during the docuseries, "Over the years our relationship with them had grown. Their oldest son Josh was our first daughter's boyfriend. We had known him since he was a baby." The couple split when Josh, 36, allegedly admitted to molesting 5 females in the family home in 2002 and 2003, Bobby and Jim explained in the docuseries. His younger sisters Jill, 32, who appeared in the docuseries, and Jessa, 31, came forward as victims. Bobby claimed, "What Jim Bob had said to us was Josh had gotten into some trouble. He's touched his sisters inappropriately." Jim added on the docuseries, "We found out about it when he was 15. We were like, well, when were you going to tell us?" Michelle said, "Well, we weren't going to tell you guys at all. We were going to have Josh confess to Kaylee once they were married." Jim said, "Were you using my daughter as a carrot to get him to behave the right way?" And he said, "Yeah, kind of." A rep for Jim, Bob, and Michelle did not respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment at the time.